Another day, another scammer. It's Sunday. I wasn't planning on working today, certainly not shooting any video, but what are you going to do when you're vacuuming and your phone buzzes in your pocket and it's a message offering you a work from home job where you're going to get paid decent money simply for posting rental properties on Facebook Marketplace, right? So of course, I definitely had to dive in and toy with the scammer a little bit and use it to show you guys exactly how this particular scam works. Now, before I go any further, let me show you how this person found me so that they could hit me up with this job offer. There is a work from home Facebook group that is just absolutely littered with scams. It's nobody's screening it out. It's just a free-for-all over there. And it's not unusual to see job postings like this: remote job available, get paid to post ads. All you have to do is post ads on your Facebook Market and other sites and get paid $800 weekly. All you have to do is posting ads on your Facebook Marketplace, obviously written by somebody who either doesn't live in the US or doesn't speak very good English. But anyway, this site is just loaded with those types of ads. I mean, here's another one right here. So periodically, I pop into those sites and I express an interest as a job seeker because I figure if I set myself up to look like a job seeker, I'm much more likely to be able to sort of infiltrate these guys and figure out what's going on behind the scenes so I can share that information with you. So this is what came into my Facebook Messenger, okay? I had a message that started with, let me just scroll up here. I'm a realtor looking for workers who can help in posting rentals ads online and get paid $1,800 biweekly. It's work from home. And of course, I said, yeah, I'm definitely interested. Yeah, count me in. And he asked me if I have Facebook Marketplace. I said, yeah, I haven't used it in a couple of years, but I do. And he goes on to ask me questions about placing 5 to 7 rental ads weekly, asking me how I'd like to get paid. Of course, I'm telling him I'm very interested, and asks me if I'm ready to get started as soon as possible. Of course I am. Never walk away from a good scam. He's asking me where I live, so I said Connecticut, and he says USA. Right off the bat, I know this person is not from the States because he didn't recognize Connecticut as being a state. I mean, within a matter of minutes, this guy is sending me my first property to list. It's a rental property in California City, California. It's a 1,680 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with a yard. And he sent me all of these pictures, and it's only $900 a month, if you can believe it. Really? $900 a month for all that? I think not.
It's a scam.
And then he sends me the full description and he tells me to go ahead and create a listing. So naturally, I did. I didn't post it, but I did create the listing. And he wanted me to send him a screenshot confirming that the post went up. So naturally, I did that. Now, here's the post that I created. I created it on Facebook Marketplace with all of the specs, all of the pictures that he had sent over. It's all on there. Got all of those photographs, put in all of the information, and I did a screenshot. I just made sure that I cut it low enough so he couldn't see that it says preview at the top. And this is me telling him that this is what I posted, and you can see it doesn't include the preview notification at the top, so that's completely missing. Now, he's telling me that when people respond to me, because of course this is listed under my name, I'm going to send them this message. Yes, it's still available. Kindly text this number for more about the property. Before we go forward, we need to understand that this is a multi-level scam. The properties being listed don't belong to the person who's hiring people to post them. The person who thinks they just landed a work-from-home job is the first victim, and it's their name that will be associated with the rental listings. The second victim is the person who's trying to rent the property. They will be asked for an application fee, a security deposit fee, and it will be for a property that they will never be able to occupy. Let me share with you this person's profile because I just thought this was one of the funniest things. All right, so this guy, Nicholas Ciccone, I guess. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. I'm terrible with anything outside of English, and I'm not great at English most days. But anyway, anybody who has seen any of the Divergent movies, Divergent, Insurgent, all of those, is going to recognize this person as the actor Theo James.
For then, for now.
So this guy is not obviously the person he's pretending to be. I just thought that that was a riot, that if you're going to try to pull off being somebody other than who you are, why would you choose a recognizable face, right? Oh, I wanted to tell you here too. I earlier in the conversation said to him, it occurred to me that I didn't even ask you any questions. Is that your picture? You're very handsome. Yes, thanks, dear. So I just wanted to have him say that that picture was actually of him, because it clearly isn't. I just thought that that was too juicy to resist leaving that there. And then after checking out his profile, of course, I wanted to get the lowdown on the property. So the property is actually listed for rent on Trulia for $1,800 a month, not $900 a month. This is much more in line with what you would expect rentals to be in that area. I mean, it's a whole house. So I did actually leave a message for this guy, Louis B., who's being put in here as the point of contact on this Trulia listing for this real rental. So the bug is in his ear that this is out there. And before everything's said and done, I'm going to report this to Facebook as well as being a bogus rental property post. But anyway, so that's what's happening behind the scenes. And I also checked on the Kern County assessor's office because I wanted to see if there was a name associated with the property. But unfortunately in California, or at least in this county in California, they don't give the actual home owner details here. They'll give you the property records, but they're not going to give you any information about who owns the property. And I'm sure that that's all just to protect people's privacy. So anyway, getting back to the conversation. All right, so there's some back and forth. So I actually didn't tell him that I had heard from anybody until after I had sent out the text message to him. And let me share the text messages with you. So I texted from my own phone the number that he had given me on Facebook Messenger to give to people who had expressed an interest in the property. And I just said, I'm interested in a 3-bedroom home for $900 a month in California City. The lady told me to text you directly, the lady being me. This is a very low rent price. Is the property damaged? If it's in good shape, I'm definitely interested. He says, thanks for reaching me. The house is still available. Any criminal records? How much do you gross monthly? How soon are you planning on moving in? How many people are moving in? Are you moving in with pets? So I just responded that I don't have a criminal record. I threw numbers out there, and you can see the screenshots here on the page. And I told him that I have a cat and that the cat is very well behaved and doesn't scratch anything. And he assured me that the property is very okay and clean and it looks exactly as you see in the pictures. He asked me if I have a good rental history. And I asked him if he is the owner of the property or if he's a real estate agent or representative. And he said, I am the right owner of the property, which is total bull, of course. And then he sent me a rental application form. It's a Google Doc, and I completed it with a bunch of baloney information. One of the things that people who saw Theo James in Divergent will appreciate is for a name on the form, I put Tobias Fortain. Yes, in the movie, the character's real name is Tobias Eaton, but he uses the nickname For. So I put them both together, Tobias For, Four, Tain. And of course, he didn't pick up on it. He just started communicating with Tobias going forward in the email. Anyway, and then he started trying to collect the $60 application fee. It's interesting because I said, I told him that I could pay the full security deposit and everything up front. And I think these guys have figured out that enough of them have been caught doing this, that they're afraid that if they ask for everything up front, it's going to show their hand. It's going to show their cards before they're ready. So instead, they only want the $60 security deposit. I'm sorry, the $60 application fee. And then after that goes through, of course, then they'll want me to send them the $1,800, which is the security plus the first month. So anyway, we're currently going back and forth on that. And they asked me to send it to them by Zelle, and they gave me a phone number. So, of course, I mocked up a Zelle payment confirmation. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know what I did. I put in there that the money would be available to them in 1 to 3 days instead of right away. You want to piss off a scammer, that's the way to do it. They want their money at once. So after I did that, he responded and said, can you cancel that payment and send it to this email address instead? So, of course, there was no payment to cancel. So I just went in and created another receipt, but this time to that email address that they provided. And again, I put in the 1 to 3 days. So now they're telling me to cancel that. And is there a way for me to pay through another mechanism? So I said, yeah, I can pay by PayPal. So now they've sent me a third way to reach them. So now I have on file one phone number that's associated with a Zelle account, one email address that's associated with a Zelle account, and now I have another email address that's associated with a PayPal account. I don't just sit on those. All of these will get reported. This is one of the ways that I do this, get these reported properly to the authorities and the people who can actually stop these folks. And all of that information will be reported to Zelle and to PayPal as well, so that they can keep an eye out for anything that's coming into those accounts and flag it. So quite a bit of time has passed. It's now about midnight here in Connecticut. But I wanted to wrap this video up and give you an update on what's been happening. I called PayPal, and as always, they are extremely helpful. PayPal is very happy to be proactive when it comes to reporting email addresses that are being used to get money via fraud. So I'm going to play a little bit of my recording with the PayPal rep so that you'll be able to hear how responsive they are. But that's it. I'm going to call this one done. And here's my call with PayPal. 0321.
What can I help you with?
Reporting a scam.
The Thank you for contacting PayPal. My name is Mike. Can I get your first and last name, please?
Yes, Mike. My name is Christine Durst, Durst.
Oh, hi, Christine. I'm Mike. How can I help you today?
Actually, I'm in the middle of investigating an online scam, and I've been engaging with the scammer. This is something that I do. It's what I do for work. And there's a rental scam going on where these guys are pretending that they own a property in California that they don't. They're convincing people to work from home and post that property to Facebook Marketplace. And they're asking the people who are applying to rent this fictitious property to pay for their for their application fee and for their rent by PayPal. And I have the PayPal address that they're using, and I just wanted to provide that to you so that you would know that this account was set up for the purposes of
Oh, sure.
receiving
I'll take that
scam.
report from you. Hold on for a second. We'll look into them for sure. Hold
All
on for a
right.
second. May I have the email address?
Yes, the email address that they want people to send to is G as in girl, A as in apple, A as in apple, R, and they sent this to me at 2:54 p.m. this afternoon Eastern Time. So I don't know if they had set that up expressly for this purpose or if it's somebody who had already had an account established. They also set up Zelle accounts. Yeah, they also set up Zelle. Perfect. And if you could just read the email address back to me, I know there was some confusion there. So, okay. And it's G.A. Arnold 1 and then one more G after that. So it's G.A. Perfect. Okay. Perfect. Thank you so much. I just wanted that to go on the record there with you guys so you could keep an eye on that account. Of course. Well, exactly. Exactly. And we do a lot of these investigations, particularly as they pertain to work from home scams, because that's our area of expertise. Um, I'm sorry. My name is Christine Durst. I actually own a company. We run a website called ratracerebellion.com. Um, but and we do training for the Department of State and the Department of Defense. We've done some consulting to the Federal Trade Commission on internet fraud as it pertains to work from home scams. So it's worse. Actually, what they're doing is they're taking a property that's for rent. It's actually for rent in California City, California. They are looking for people to work from home, posting this rental property, which belongs to somebody else entirely different. They're pretending it's their property. Um, so so this morning I got a text message saying, "Hey, how would you like to work from home, making $1,800 every other week? All you have to do is post rental properties to your Facebook Marketplace." And the rental properties don't belong to them. So they're they're actually, the actual rent is $1,800 a month, but the way that they can make sure that they're getting a lot of people is they're listing it as $900 a month, and then they're collecting application fees, and then first month and security. So in this case, they're looking for $1,800 plus the $60 application fee. I don't believe the perpetrators are living in the US. I think they're overseas. Pretty sure about that. Yeah, you can see the account on that side. Awesome. Aw- Awesome. Correct. Yeah, it's a twofold victimization. They've got people who think they're going to get paid to work from home, who instead are just going to be duping other people into renting property that doesn't belong to them. It's layered because why have one victim when you can have many, right? So, absolutely. Right. After the fact, right? Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Right, right. And I do what I can. I actually do a lot of media appearances, Good Morning America Today, Dr. Oz, things like that, to try to spread the word. But desperate times, people want money and they fall for things that they shouldn't be falling for, but we just keep trying to get the word out there. So you got that right. By the way, I just want to tell you, you guys handle this so much better than Zell does. Zell, there's so much red tape. I've gotten in touch with them a couple of times, trying to let them know about associated phone numbers and email addresses before the crime happens. And they don't know what to do with that. They want to deal with things that they'd rather be reactive than proactive. So I really appreciate the way that PayPal can be proactive about these things. Wonderful. Wonderful. Perfect. Perfect. Well, you have a good evening. Thank you so much. All right. And you as well. I know. Exactly. 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 Well, thank you so much. Yeah, I appreciate you. You have a good evening. All right. Bye bye.